Hello Taurus, and thank you for tuning in for the July of 2021 Taroscope with Animal Totem. We're also going to do a Dictiomancy, a little bit of from my channeled book. I'm Vickieverlie, the Rock and Roll Prophetess. I've been a professional reader and in the spiritual field for over 30 years. I create decks, which we're going to use today, such as the Rock and Roll Tarot deck, my own creation. And then we're also going to pull a card from the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards, also my own creation. If you're a level 2 Patreon supporter, there's going to be an additional 3 cards pulled from the Earth Warriors Oracle. And this month I'm going to try something new from my book, Transmissions from Humanity. We're going to do a Dictiomancy at the end where we just kind of go like this and then we point and we get a message from Spirit. Mind you, this is some deep next level stuff. It's not really, it's some pretty heavy duty spiritual messages there. So what's going on for our Taurus friends for the month of July of 2021? This reading is for Taurus Sun sign, Taurus Rising sign, Taurus Moon sign. The cards have been thoroughly shuffled, and now I put them in this little box so that we can just kind of, this one, that we can just kind of go through and let Spirit kind of pull the cards out that are meant for you. So as I'm laying out the cards, look at these cards and let them talk to you. There might be words that stand out to you. There might be colors. The words can go upwards, downwards, frontwards, backwards, round in a circle, across one card right into the other. Don't overthink it. Just that's the way that you can get a personal message from the general reading. Okay, so the very first card out was the Judgment card in reverse. So this is talking about going through some kind of a heavy-duty karmic lesson of some sort. It looks like it's coming to the end, and it seems to be that it would have to do with down here. Because we've got the Knight of Cups in reverse with the Emperor in reverse. So the Emperor in reverse is somebody who's definitely using that Emperor energy in a negative way, trying to power over you, control you. The Knight of Cups in reverse might be this person. The Knight of Cups could be a water sign person, a Scorpio, a Cancer, a Pisces. There's no, it's gender neutral in these readings, so there's no, it doesn't necessarily have to be a male energy, whatever it would be for you. But usually the Knight is a younger person. That's one thing we can say about the Knight. In reverse, and then Emperor in reverse. So either they are the Emperor in reverse. For some of you, this is some pissy little brat that you have to work with, I feel like somebody that you have to work with, or a client who is young and just like a little brat. That's just definitely the vibe I get out of her. See, I said her, so it could be her, but whoever out of this person. And like maybe daddy owns the company and then you gotta kiss their ass, it feels there's a vibe of that for some people. For other people though, this could be somebody difficult, and then the Emperor in reverse is another person altogether. Also, the Emperor is not necessarily a male energy either, it's the person who has authority. But it's some kind of karmic lesson that you've had to deal with and you're going through, and there's an opportunity to be released from it during this month. Be released from it. And you can be achieving very much beautiful things happening for you this month with the Ten of Cups here. The Ten of Cups is a marriage card, so some of you might be getting married or, attending a wedding. But the Ten of Cups is more than just a marriage card. The Ten of Cups is happiness for everybody involved. You've got the man, the woman, the child. It's everybody's happy. We're happy, we're celebrating, and we're having a great time here. There's somebody who's on your side or in your corner is what I want to say in the card of the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords, again, any gender does not apply, but could be an air sign person, an Aquarius, a Gemini, or Libra. Now we're not going to be in air during the month of July. We're going to be in water sign of Cancer and then Leo later on, but we are going to have a full moon on the 23rd in the sign of Aquarius, which is an air sign, and this card is showing up right next to the moon. So I wouldn't be surprised for many of you if whatever goes down here, something pops around that full moon in Aquarius, because we've got the moon card here. The moon card is a card of higher intuition, knowledge. You will be getting information from your dreams. When the moon card shows up in your spread, it is highly advisable to pay attention to your dreams. Write them down. keep track of them. I just speak them into my phone the minute I get up, because I can't, try it. By the time I find paper and pencil and everything else, I just speak them into my phone and email them to myself usually. But when the moon comes up, we do want to look at those new and full moons. So we do already mention the full moon is in Aquarius on the 23rd, but we're also going to have a new moon in the sign of Cancer on the 18th. So it could be something happening around the 18th or even the 23rd. The 23rd is very strong because we have this. And she's cutting, and when this devil is in reverse, the ties that bind you are being cut, sliced away and cut away. And he or she might be the one doing it. There's news coming about money around some earth energy. This comes for somebody else. Now, we're not having any earth stuff going on this month at all. There's the new and full moons on an earth, the sun isn't an earth. But we did have, I'm actually recording this reading on the day of the 24th. We had a full moon in Capricorn of June 24th. So it could have been some news you got on or around that 24th. You being an earth sign yourself, it might have been back in around, Taurus time, your birthday or around that time frame. So there's news coming, and then all of a sudden it's really coming. Things are moving quickly. It's really happening. And, things are starting to really roll and move very, very quickly. You're going to get the news that you've been waiting for. I'm going to write that as your title, news you've been waiting for. Because I do feel like you've been waiting for it. I feel like many of you have been kind of suffering in this situation here. You've been really suffering, and now there's going to be a break. There's going to be a break. She's cut, and it's all coming down to this Queen of Swords in a big way. And I feel like she's cutting through. That word cutting is just really standing out to me. Like she's just cutting through all the bullshit, basically. She's cutting through all the stuff. And the full moon is going to illuminate and light your way, that full moon around the 23rd. And it's going to result in a lot of happiness in the end. And I feel like you're going to be cut free of whatever this has been about, whatever's going on here. You're not going to have to deal with that. It was a karmic situation. There was a message or something that you had to learn or glean from this suffering. But with this card, yeah, sometimes it's meant, there's suffering and whatever, but it's not like, it doesn't mean that that's your lot in life, that you're meant to suffer through this, indefinitely. No, it's just, yeah, you learned a lesson. And now you're free. You learn that you didn't like this, and you didn't want to put up with this, and you want to be free of it. So now's your opportunity to be free of it. This, I don't know what this says. It's just the bottom of the, I saw sly here. So maybe there's some sly stuff going on here. Maybe sometimes with the moon too, energy, it's not, I put it this way. If you're in a bad work situation, I wouldn't be going around saying, I'm looking for another job and I'm going to get out of here. Just quietly go and do that. Quietly seek out this other opportunity, and then once that you get the news or it's in place, then you can, say, I'm out of here. Give your notice or whatever the case may be. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle up and get your animal totem. I'm not offering any special readings this month, but I do have my regular readings, I do have, if you're watching this at the very end of June, you're still open for the solstice reading, but it's going to be, gone, as we move into July, it's not going to be available anymore. But the solstice energy is good for 3 months, so there's that. But let's get into this now. Animal totem for our Taurus friends. Ladybug, that's luck. Ladybug is always good luck and good fortune. So there may be some synchronicity involved here, or something that sort of seems lucky. We have lucky lady of the garden, harbinger of happiness and joy. Rid my life of obstacles that are destructive to my divine right to flourish. Well, yeah, that's very relevant. You're ridding your life of the obstacles like this situation, that are destructive to your divine right to flourish. You're being freed from it, since she's cutting you loose. And she might, sometimes, I'll tell you what, another thing is the Queen of Swords, or the Swords people in general, sometimes they can be, they might have to do with legal law stuff. They might be some kind of a lawyer or somebody involved in some kind of legal stuff for you. But maybe they're just the person offering the new opportunity too. It could absolutely be that. So we're going to get our channel message, but even though I'm not offering any special readings now, people are really loving these journals. I just wanted to show them again really quickly. They come in lined and unlined, and they feature, a lot of my original artwork. There's a lot to choose from. I fixed the line one so the inside's better. It has a margin, and it's more like writing paper. The first draft was not so great, but yeah, so people are really liking them. So if you might want to check it out, they're very affordable through Amazon. You can get free shipping and whatnot. Okay, so what we're going to do next, we're going to go into my book, the Transmissions for Humanity, book 1. I'm going to ask Spirit for a message for Taurus. They're using dictamancy. So I'm just going to go, Spirit, guides, and angels, give us a message for the month of July for our Taurus friends. This is talking about guardians. I actually put it right here, I guess. So again, this is some next level stuff. I said, are you Pleiadian? I was asking who they were, actually. Are you Pleiadian or Arcturian? What is your home planet? We are beyond incarnation at this point. We are not physical. Some of us have had incarnations in the... See, I wasn't sure what they were saying. Algonquin dynasty. Most are outside of the realm of your human recognition. Now we have extended beyond this dimension. Okay, so I wasn't quite sure what they said. It sounded like Algonquin. The next day I tried looking it up. Although there were no constellations in that name, there were Native American tribes. The Algonquin were made of several tribes who resided around the Great Lakes region, which is where I go to read. Upon looking into their legends, I found a couple of interesting stories of them interacting with starved people. So I feel like, this is way out there, like I said, but I do still feel like there's a message here. And I feel like some of you, maybe you're, you're connected to the same group of spirit that I am, but maybe this Algonquin region, these Native American, that comes through I feel like that might be the strongest message. Many of you may have your roots from the Algonquin tribes of the Great Lake region, either it could be, in your spirit, incarnationally wise, or it could also be, have to do with, your soul, your past life, soul stuff, or your DNA, your genetic stuff. There was a story about the Big Dipper here. I'm not going to keep reading and reading. So the Big Dipper, too, when I saw that, I feel like many of you, maybe you can go out at night and kind of look up at the stars and look at that Big Dipper, and then maybe you can really tune in and get some answers, or get some kind of higher guidance, or just get some peace. Sometimes we get the answers aren't straight up answers. Sometimes it's just peace. It's just being... That's one of the things that the guides have said. Instead of calling us light workers or, all these different things, they say we're keepers of the peace. And not keepers of the peace in the way that we say it, like we're breaking up fights. We're keeping of the peace in our heart and soul, and therefore by doing that it elevates consciousness. And you Tauruses, you're very settled and grounded anyway. So I feel like that could absolutely be message for you. But connecting with your higher source star brothers, maybe the Algonquin tribes, maybe the Big Dipper, maybe some of those things could resonate with some of you. Okay, if you're a level 2 Patreon peep, we're going to do 3 more cards from the Earth Warriors deck. Really beautiful illustration. Very much entwined with the Native American spirituality as well. But for now, we're going to wrap it up. I want to thank you all for stopping by and joining me. Thank you for everything that you do by purchasing these journals and stuff, and the decks and the books. And I have other artwork and different things that are available, t-shirts and stuff. That really keeps this channel going all the time. And there are things that you can do that don't cost anything, and I appreciate everybody who does like, comment, definitely subscribe. That sets off that YouTube algorithm and kind of gets me back into the mix, because I really was the very first person to ever do, monthly readings for each sign using the tarot cards. And now it's become this huge thing, and that's great. But guess what it was meant to be. But sometimes I kind of get lost in the shuffle, so no pun intended. But I am going to shuffle up and do 3 more cards for our Patreon peeps. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Remember, you're love and beauty incarnate, and we'll talk to you again next month. Till then, bye.